Change can certainly be difficult, whether it's small or large, but whether we like it or not, it's something we all deal with at some point in our lives.
Yes, and to make things a bit easier for when that time comes, author Julie Ann Whitten is here to discuss her new book, The People Stack, Why Change Fails. We want to welcome her to Bridge Street.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. So tell us more about this book.
Yeah, I've spent 25 years in the corporate world, and I had a lot of experience seeing projects and initiatives fail repeatedly. And the reason they were failing was because they ignored the people side of things. So there were huge investments that were made on technology, but the people were ignored. So it's an intersection of that and kind of my personal life. I have a daughter that suffered from long COVID for the past 4 years and a lot of uncertainty. And seeing the parallels needed to lead through uncertainty in both the corporate world and my personal life.
As we mentioned right off the top, change is inevitable, right? It's something we all experience, but why is it so difficult?
Yeah, so really I call it the 3 C's that challenges, sometimes one, sometimes all. So it's really about competency. So from an employment standpoint, sometimes change is challenging. Will I still be good at my job? And we talk a lot about AI. The other one is certainty. What's going to happen next? When you catch and receive a change, that's that first deep breath of, oh my gosh, goodness, how is this going to affect me? And then there's the control aspect. Do I even have a say in what's going to happen?
What inspired you to want to write this book?
Yeah, I think I consider myself a people advocate, and people have thoughts, feelings, and ideas. And throughout my career, I've spent time advocating for people, and I really want to educate those that lead people how to not forget that human side.
How is this understanding of how change affects you helps you cope when change inevitably comes your way?
Yeah, I think if we think about our lives, we're always moving through uncertainty, even though we don't actively acknowledge it. And really learning the skills to become what I call, and I talk about this in a book, a confident leader, C-A-L-M, confident leader. Having the ability when, as things happen and you don't have that control, to pause, to be actively present, and then to have really the perseverance to just move forward and do the next right thing.
What is the biggest obstacle people face when they're challenged with change?
I think it's they want to be in control of it, and a lot of times we forget we're just along for the ride. There's such an opportunity for us to be open and to be curious, but to stay grounded is going to happen, because change is the only constant, and the world is going to continue to change.
Are people just not prepared for change as they grow up, and should we, I guess, be introducing change or respective change to our young ones earlier?
Absolutely. As we move through change, everybody is wired as a human to resist. And we all go through this emotional journey. We get excited sometimes. It might be something that we've been waiting for. But the next deep breath is what's going to happen next, and how is this going to affect me? And a lot of times that's where the fear and the what-ifing, I call it, comes into play. And people can tend to slide down this roller coaster, and sometimes they find themselves in this place called the Valley of Despair, and they have to get to that acceptance. But people travel back and forth between that journey and at different speeds. And if you think about all the changes that are happening, not just at work, but in our personal lives, layer that all on top of each other, it's a lot of change, fatigue, and saturation. So yes, to answer your question, this is a skill that anybody can benefit from.
How do you deal with change?
Yeah, for me, I study yoga actively. I'm an active yogi, and it's really helped me kind of remain present in the moment, learn to let go, and there's a lot of lessons I've learned on the mat that can be leveraged in outside everyday life.
What's this process of authoring this book been like for you?
It's been really rewarding. I spent many years in the corporate world in communications, but I didn't have the ability to write for myself. And when I started doing that, I found so much joy. And I wrote about some things that were hard, like my daughter's illness. I wrote about career grief and layoffs and things that people don't talk about. And I feel like a lot of people, that resonated with a lot of people, but it really has brought me a lot of joy.
Well, change is good. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
To purchase Julie's book, The People Stack, Why Change Fails, visit your local Barnes & Nobles or head to JulieWhittenConsulting.com.